The King of Pentacles keeps asking me where you've been mistaking abundance for money and money for purpose. These aren't equivalent in the context that we have built. Money is something that makes life easier, and some of us are born with more, some of us are born with less, some of us are born with the characteristics of accumulation tendencies, and some of us are born with a tendency of flow. And none of those things actually matter. It's just part of doing. You can be paid for following a dark path, and you can be paid for following your true path. So you're being asked to really start defining what you really mean by abundance without mistaking money for purpose. So let's draw your pattern, your power, and your play. All right, pattern is 10 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. So the pattern begins with the 10 of Swords, and this is someone who's undergone many transitions, many changes in who they were and who they were going to be and who they are and who they're going to become, what they're interested in, what they've had to let go of, relationships that turned out to be different than they expected and not safe. This is a pattern of really reinvention over and over and over again, and not from choice. And then we get to the 8 of Swords, and I love tarot because it's a long conversation at times. This calls back to my last reading, and I'm not ashamed to link at the boundaries that you've built to help define who you are and who you become, to help you build your presence and your fundamental rights in this universe and your ability to express your essence. In many ways, it also is self-limitation, and that's not bad, but where you want change in your life, sometimes you have to alter what you believe. This is a fundamental principle of how magic works and why magic works. And the 4 of Pentacles is about your desire to take your comfort and understanding from your internal world and manifest it into an abundance in your reality. But still, your abundance is being defined in a very material way. I'm not going to tell you that's right or wrong, but I am going to encourage you to be curious about it. All right, let's draw your power. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. All right, you have some really awesome powers here. So the 2 of Pentacles, it's beyond balance. It's this tuned instrument, a tuning fork effect. You have an internal detection system of things that are off. You may have super clairvoyance and know exactly what's about to happen. You may actually just predict many outcomes and calculate probabilities in a way that feels very intuitive. You might actually feel visions of the future. Those are very similar experiences. It's a skill set in your spiritual life, and it's a skill set in your lived experience that you are able to tap into at any time. All right, and then you have the Ace of Swords. I want you to really hear this. These lessons have been exactly what you need to achieve your life's purpose. The only question that you have to answer is, what is your life's purpose? And has that changed? And should that change? And can that change? The 7 of Pentacles is giving me a simple message. It's basically saying, right, look at where your efforts are fruitless. And I suppose, since I feel like there's a central theme of mistaking abundance for money and money for purpose, there is kind of money everywhere. We live in a society that offers a lot of different opportunities, such that you don't necessarily need to focus on growing money. You can focus on other things and money will still probably be there. These are neat powers. Let's draw your play. All right, we have the 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. All right, your play is straightforward. We're going to start with the Nine of Wands. Again, it harkens back to that last reading. If this is resonating for you, please check that out. In the Nine of Wands, we have set so many of our boundaries very carefully. They protect us, they guard us, they make us able to build our presence. But where that presence feels hard, where you're needing to fight for space, these are areas that you should be looking at as potential Five of Cups, where you can let some things change or go or dissipate. It's okay. That doesn't need to be a Ten of Swords moment. Five of Cups is just about learning how to focus on what is still sustaining you. It's about learning that not every cup is bringing you what you want, and to let some of those cups just go out and go. Because you should be focusing on the type of residue that's left behind with the relationships that you have. And that's really helping you discern what are good relationships and what are maybe not healthy for you and good for your soul to drink from. And then we have this Page of Cups, which I really like because this is about taking the opportunities where you can to add modifications. Sure, maybe some people win the lottery with manifestation. Awesome. I hope so. I have a lottery ticket. Really, it's about making these small incremental changes into our daily lived experience. When we modify our reality to suit us a little bit more, when we are successful with modifications, however slight they may be, if we like them, then all we need to do after that is actually like it. And when we stop liking it, we can simply change it and modify it again, right? Things that are within our control. The point isn't to make big modifications, it's to, over time, lower those Nine of Wands to increase the number of things that are in our control and then adjusted to the way that we like them. And all of that is done by identifying what we like and what isn't bringing positive experiences that we're desiring to have. And then just enjoying what we are able to actually accomplish and being happy with some of the surprises that happen along the way. All right. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please do those YouTube things and peace out.